Started in the church, and I also sang some classical music in the classical choir. And I was in the jazz band, but I didn't really sing any jazz.
No?
No, I'm in a jazz band. They were called a jazz band, but I was singing R&B music. That goes hand in hand anyway. But yeah, so. Well, interestingly enough, I was presented with an opportunity to be in a girl group before En Vogue. And I signed with a producer by the name of Kashif. That didn't work out, and right after that, I got the opportunity for En Vogue came about.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was with producers?
Producers Denzel Foster and Thomas McElroy.
Yeah.
Former producers of a group called Club Nouveau.
That's right. Were they, did they write the arrangements for En Vogue, those beautiful harmonies?
Basically, they would come to us with a concept, blueprint, structure, and then we would give our input from a, female's perspective. The acapella for Hold On at the beginning of Hold On was just a creative idea that our producers had, and it worked. And from that moment on, it had become a trend in the industry that you can't sing if you're lip syncing.
That's right.
You better be singing live.
Yeah.
So everywhere we went, that was the expectation.
Yeah.
It was like we set the bar almost higher than we thought we could even achieve.
You pulled it off.
It was really cool. I met Dave around 1997. And I just thought, it was important for me as an artist to keep my chops up.
Yeah.
And I never had vocal lessons before, and I really, really, really wanted to preserve what I had and understand how I'm able to use what I have.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to, everything I sang as well was either full on head or full on chest. There was no in between for me, and I really, really wanted to learn how to bridge that gap, because for me it was very limiting being in the studio. There were parts that I had issues with singing, and still do now, which is why I still take lessons, so that I could bridge that gap.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting better with it now, because it just opens up a whole nother area for me, because now I can approach a line or a lyric from that perspective. What it's done for me, it hasn't changed my vocal style or ability. It's broadened it and enhanced it. Now I can approach, like I said earlier, I can approach whatever I'm singing from a different perspective and feel comfortable, and it just gives you more to work with.
Yes. What kind of things have you guys been working on?
We've been working on just really trying to bridge my gap. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
My mid-range is what I've always, that connection. And I've always had issues with that. And we've been really, really working on that. So I have vocal lessons every Tuesday.
Okay.
For an hour.
How often do you practice? Outside of your lessons?
Just lie.
Well, I am working a lot. So what I do is, there are times where I'm really focused and there are times when I'm not. I'll admit it. But because I am working a lot, what I've started doing is taking my, look at her face, she's like, I take my tape with me on the road, and I do my vocal exercises like 30 minutes before a show.
Yeah.
Because that's what Dave told me to do. And I'm doing it. And it's working.
Good.
Yeah. I'm making the connection.
Are the issues that similar or different from girls to boys or males to boys?
Let's just say that there's a similar goal we're all headed towards, okay? The issues, where somebody comes from, varies. We're all looking for the same thing, freedom. We all want to feel free in our voice, that we can express freely in any part of our range, right?
Yeah.
So the goal's the same. The prescription's a little different for everybody, because if this is the goal, you might be coming from here and you might be coming from here at different angles. So.
Yeah. Is there a common issue that these artists have, with the vocal issue that they have?
It ultimately comes to the same issue. If they don't have that middle area, then the producers are struggling with them, because either they don't have a top end, or their voice cracks, or they feel strained, and it all comes down to the same handful of things. Each producer has their own language, and so it's translating what they're saying into what I can do. So, you know, I get a producer who'll just say, yeah, I just can't get the emotion from her up on the high notes. And what that is it's basically saying she's not free up there, so you're going to get a lot of expression. It's either loud or off.
Yeah.
And, you know, again, you guys will experience this. You get in the studio with a producer, they're going to start to tell you things, but they're going to tell you things as far as what they want in the end. So I want you to be this, and your job is to go, what do they mean, and how do I navigate to get there? So, and that's what I've dealt with. You know, whether it's a record producer or a label, somebody at the label, A&R especially, or even an artist. I mean, an artist will come in and say they really are less knowledgeable necessarily about what's going on in their voice. They'll just say, oh, like this one person that was in recently, I can't do what I used to do. I want the magic, I want the silk, I want that velvety. And I have to translate that to what that possibly is and do a little evaluation on their voice and come up with kind of a prescription on how to help them get back to it.
Yeah.
And oftentimes that's so far from what they want to hear. You know, they want this, this is where they are, and you're trying to fill in the gaps, and they're going, but you don't get it, I don't want that. And I go, I think you do, based on what you're telling me.
Yeah. So have you ever suffered with stage fright?
Oh, yeah. I said I was going to kind of switch that up and not say stage fright anymore.
Stage fright anymore. So what is it called now?
It's called, what did I say it was called? It's called being really nervous to be on stage. Yeah, I've had that plenty of times, you guys, and I still have it. And a lot of times what I do is I mean, I've been in the business now for quite some time, so, you know, I found a way to look at it from another perspective. And for me, I just look at it like this. One, I asked to be here. It's what I wanted to do. It's who I am. It's what I do. And God just rolled it out and gave it to me. And so I'm in appreciation for that. That's one. Two, the fact that there are people who appreciate my music. They've paid money to come and see me. I want to be able to give them 100%. And three, you guys are my friends.
Yeah.
So before I walk on stage, I always say, me and the girls say this to each other now, we say, have fun with your friends. And we go out there and we give it 150%. When I know what I'm doing, I'm not supposed to be scared.
Yeah.
You know?
Because a lot of the time, stage fright can be the other end of the spectrum of being under rehearsed.
Exactly.
Practice.
Exactly.
So rehearsal.
Rehearsal. And like I was saying earlier, in practice, that's why it's so important to give 100% in rehearsal, even when you're at home in the mirror. When you're practicing at home, you know, do it full out, because what you do in the time that you're repeating whatever you're learning or practicing is what you're going to take on stage. Okay. The highlights of I won't say ours because I can only speak from my perspective right now. My career with being in En Vogue was receiving the Sammy Davis Jr. Award. In the music industry, the Grammy is the highest achievement, but for me, especially being an African American artist, the Sammy Davis Jr. Award was the end all for me.
So, what's in store for En Vogue? The future.
We are coming up on 20 years in the industry.
No way.
Yeah, 20 years. Can you believe it?
When did you start? When you were 5?
I know. No, I wasn't 5. But yeah, 20 years next year. We'll make 20 years. So we're in the process of going back in the studio to record a new project and possibly a reality show, which should be really, really cool. I've never liked reality shows, but you know, we'll have a lot of input, and so ours will be hopefully put to good use. Yeah. Or else I'm not doing it.
Great.
As simple as that. And then a world tour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So you'll be here again soon.
Yes. I hope so. I love London. I do. I love all the shops. I couldn't wait to get back here, y'all.
Yeah.